think there's a lot of filmmakers that do have a brand. They do have a signature move. They do have something that they're known for, if it's Alfred Hitchcock or M. Night Shyamalan or Eli
Right.
Roth, these guys that create a brand for themselves. I think one of the things I've intentionally tried to do with an anonymous hairstyle and a boring shirt is become brandless. And then I like to be the boring guy at the party that's sitting in the kitchen working the keg, handing beers to people and watching the circus. Like I'm the anonymous guy. And I've tried to kind of kind of situate myself as a filmmaker in that same pattern.
If I could give you a one-word brand for your movies, I would say intimate.
Okay, I like that.
Because we just talked about Manglehorn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that really carried over into this movie for me, is that even though it has such a different energy from Manglehorn and Prince Avalanche, this has like a kinetic, like it's just, it's like Sandra Bullock's hands. But it's still...
That's really good, yeah.
But it still feels like I'm behind the scenes and there's just this little tiny environment. I saw like some B-roll where there are only like 5 people shooting a scene. Is that how this was made?
It's interesting you say that, because I've spent the last 3 movies prior to this really stripping away the noise of the filmmaking process and making an intimate production. And working on the character piece of it all rather than just the epic, extraordinary notion of film production. So this movie, to me, I responded to this movie because it took those same tools, but it had a bigger palette in the background. But it wasn't like foreground visual effects and things that I had to be super concerned about. It's still, we reduced the noise substantially, but we were able to keep that intimacy and then yet have something I think is going to be really appealing to a wide audience. It's we really tried to make an entertaining film with a kind of an infinite backdrop, but not lose that intimacy of a character portrait.
Well, and it has such a tight thesis to me. Like this movie is really consistent in what I got from it meaning-wise, and it's helping me steel myself against the madness that we're going to face this year with the elections coming up. Because all of the craziness has someone behind it. Right?
Right. Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like there's a party. It's like, yes, you're invited. Woo! And we kind of don't. We want to set foot in it, but we also don't want to.
I find that really relatable as a politician. Someone does have that machine behind them, engineering things. Just as the director of the film, often I'm the one speaking about the movie, but there's so many people below the line and studio executives and producers that really help engineer what I'm here to speak about. And I think that's, for me, that's part of the beauty of collaboration.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So just on a lighter note, are we all pawns in this?
We are all pawns. Sad to say. I also think there's moments in my life as a director when I'm in production and the cameras are rolling and I'm the puppet master and people listen to what I'm saying. When there is that moment of control, and then the second I say cut, it goes away.
It's all an illusion.
Then it's calamity.
And the one thing, just right towards the beginning of the film, that made me sit back and go, oh, I better prepare myself, is when she says, your strengths flow from your weaknesses.
Right.
So if you could apply that to your life and your work, how does that work for you?
Your strengths flow from the same well as your weakness. How can I apply that to me?
Right? I mean, that's like a heavy question.
That is heavy.
Yeah. That's how I'd roll in Junket World, bro.
I'm gonna sit on the airplane today just wondering as I stare out of the window.
That's generally how I like to leave everyone in a room, is like pondering their own life existence.
Well, that's it's kind of the movie here. I mean, it's not coming from a political perspective. It's not telling you to feel one way or the other. It's opening up those conversations and those contemplations for when we're staring out the airplane window later.
I was a little nervous about this fictional film being made out of a documentary. I was like, how's that going to work? And I haven't stopped thinking about this version of that story since I saw it. Because I think that what you guys all present here is pretty staggering.
I hope so, and I'm very curious. The documentary director is going to watch it next week. And so
Ooh.
I'm a little nervous to see what she thinks about it. But we did put a unique spin on it, and I think she understands. She came to visit set and spent a little time with us and helped us research.
Oh,
and things
good.
like that.
That's nice then.
So hopefully she sees the charms of it, but I'm sure she would have done things differently.